Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Fabrizio Romano here as always to keep you posted on the transfer market. Today guys, many things to mention from Erling Haaland to Ederson, but also Rodrigo Mora and much more, including Arda Güler. Let's jump into it together. Hey guys, quick update. I gotta tell you about Ialo. It's this super cool digital eSIM store, so you can say goodbye to waiting in line for a SIM card or paying expensive roaming fees. I used it on my last trip and it took just minutes to set up, and lucky for you, I have a discount code Fabrizio Romano 3. Just download the Ialo app, pick an eSIM plan for wherever you're headed. They cover over 200 countries and regions, and you are good to go with data connectivity as soon as you land. Plus, here is the deal. Use my code Fabrizio Romano 3 for $3 off your first eSIM. Seriously guys, it's a game changer for staying connected on the go. So download Ialo today. Now, let's get back to the video. And so guys, always busy, always with many updates, many news, also some news from injured players. In the last 24 hours, an important exclusive update for Manchester United fans. Diallo back available from next week with the squad, so he will try to make it ready for the first leg against Athletic Bilbao, otherwise for the second leg, but for sure Diallo is pushing to be back very soon, and next week he will start training with the first team again, so congratulations to Amad for a record recovery in terms of time and schedule, because he was expected to be out till the end of the season and then he anticipated the time, and now back with the squad. Diogo Dalot will be out for the next games as announced today by Ruben Amorim. So many things happening in terms of injuries, but also in terms of transfer movements. I wanted to start with Rodrigo Mora, guys, a top talent from Porto, because all the big clubs in Europe are monitoring Rodrigo Mora. There are not so many young, talented strikers around Europe in this moment. This is part of football. Sometimes we have many, sometimes we have a few. And Rodrigo Mora is one of them. Rodrigo Mora is doing fantastic. He's 17 years old, but he's about to turn 18. And my understanding is that the contract is done, is completed, is agreed, and will be signed in the next few days when Rodrigo Mora will turn 18. A 5-year contract at Porto. The release clause, despite the reports of few days ago of 100 million euros, my understanding is that it is not true. The release clause will be 70 million euros. This is the clause for Rodrigo Mora, and trust me, all the top clubs around Europe are monitoring this boy. But for Porto, this is an excellent news, because the president, André Villas-Boas, has been able to agree on this new contract, to confirm the player, and so Rodrigo Mora stays at Porto. The clause is for the future. Eventually would be the biggest sale ever for Porto, the record sale for the club. But again, let the boy grow, let the boy develop. For sure, an excellent news for Porto to keep the player at the club. But again, the clause is 70 million euros, and all the top clubs from 2026, 2027, we will see when, keep monitoring this player, top talent. And about talents, guys, an important goal this week for Arda Güler with Real Madrid against Getafe. With his weak foot, he scored a beautiful, crucial goal to win the game. What about Arda Güler, guys? Let me say that my understanding is that Real Madrid, as a management, as a club, they are very happy with Arda, with the potential, with the qualities. So they believe, absolutely believe in Arda for present and future of the club. So when you read reports about the future of Arda Güler, as I always told you also here on my channel, there are more than 10, 12 clubs ready to request a loan deal or eventually a permanent deal for Arda Güler. Many clubs already prepared to attack the situation in case one day Real Madrid decide to let Arda Güler go. But what I can guarantee is that despite all these reports, Real Madrid trust Arda Güler. Real Madrid want to continue with Arda Güler, and the coach situation is going to be important, because Xabi Alonso is seen as a perfect coach eventually for the future with Arda Güler, because he trusts young players, he has full faith in young players, and so that could be an important step for the future of Arda. So let's wait what happens with Ancelotti, with Xabi, but for sure the situation of Arda Güler is very clear internally to Real Madrid. They really trust the player for present and future. Then guys, I wanted to mention something else on Erling Haaland, because probably, guys, you remember a few weeks, months ago, when Erling Haaland signed a new 10-year deal at Manchester City. I was telling you that Erling Haaland also had a release clause into his contract. Then there were conflicting reports about that. Some sources denying this information, other sources confirming. Guys, what I can tell you once again today is that my understanding is that yes, there is a release clause into the contract of Erling Haaland at Manchester City. But it's also important to clarify that the clause is not for now, so forget about Haaland this summer or even next summer leaving with the release clause. At the moment, the situation absolutely for this summer is absolutely not in doubt, but there is a release clause for the future. So for the next years, similar to the situation when he signed for Manchester City from Borussia Dortmund, there was already a clause, not an instant clause for the first or second season, a similar situation for this clause. So that's my understanding, that the clause is into the contract of Erling Haaland for the future, not for the present. That's really important to mention. But it's also important, fair to say, that Erling Haaland signed a new deal at Manchester City because he's happy at Manchester City, because he believes in the project at Manchester City, because he feels very good with the club, with the city, with people close to him, with the coach Pep Guardiola, with the management. So Haaland is very happy there. If Haaland signed a new contract, it's because he's very, very happy. But nothing is happening now. Nothing at all is happening in terms of reports and all these stories. So it's absolutely quiet, absolutely all perfect between Haaland and Man City. Just fair to say that the clause is there, but for the future. That's at least my understanding. Then, guys, on Manchester, the other side of Manchester, Manchester United, we know about Matheus Cunha. The deal is advancing, the deal is going well, so Manchester United are working to proceed with Matheus Cunha. Also, Ruben Amorim today in press conference didn't want to confirm or deny anything. He was quite smiling, saying, if I have to confirm or deny for Matheus Cunha, I have to do the same for all the other players during the summer. So Ruben Amorim didn't want to comment, but also because he knows that Cunha is very close to joining Manchester United. Work in progress. Another Brazilian who's been discussed at Manchester United in the recent days is Ederson, the Brazilian midfielder of Atalanta. Man United have discussed the player internally. He's really appreciated. They believe he would be a fantastic signing, can score goals, can provide assists, running everywhere in the pitch. Internally, they believe he's the kind of perfect player for Ruben Amorim. The style of football wanted by Ruben Amorim, what he did at Sporting, was with players similar to Ederson, running a lot, always with a big energy. Intensity is a crucial word, always for Ruben Amorim. So Ederson is seen as one of the perfect candidates, not the only one, but one of the perfect candidates for the midfield. But Atalanta will not make it easy. And Man United know that. Man United know that Atalanta, first of all, is not going to negotiate now, so it's not going to be a similar case to Cunha. It's not the deal for now. It's something to see in the summer. There will be more clubs, because Ederson is not only on Man United list. There are more clubs interested in the player, but the appreciation in Ederson is 100% confirmed. So Man United like the player. Man United consider Ederson as a top midfielder. But again, when you see reports of 40, 45, 50 million euros for Ederson, my understanding is that Atalanta want for sure more than 40, 45 million euros for Ederson. For sure. Atalanta want eventually an important package of money, but with Atalanta it's really tough to negotiate. With the president per cast is always very difficult. And Man United saw that with the Rasmus Højlund deal. Was not easy, was quite long negotiation. Man United are informed on that, but also other clubs. Look at Juventus 1 year ago, spending 3 months of the summer transfer window to get Theo Koopmeiners in the final days of the summer transfer window. So it's always very difficult with Atalanta and with their top players. Ederson is for sure one of them, but the appreciation of Manchester United is confirmed. He's a player they like. Then we have to see also about the financial fair play, because there is Matheus Cunha, there is the number 9. Man United want to sign a striker. They want to cover also more positions. So Man United will be quite busy this summer, and the midfield is going to be important to understand who's going to leave the club. Because, okay, there are players leaving on a free, Eriksen and more, but there are also players who should leave to generate money, players like Sancho, Rashford, and others. And so that's going to be important to understand how much Man United can invest on a midfield with Ederson, for sure appreciated, but they are not alone in the race. And so, guys, let me know your thoughts on all these stories, from Haaland close to Ederson, Arda Güler, Amad, Rodrigo Mora. I wait for your opinion here in comments. Like this video, turn on the notification bell, subscribe to the channel. See you soon. Ciao.